We're going to graph a parabola that we're familiar with. This time we're going to add into our directions, finding the location of the focus and the equation of the directrix. So the focus is an ordered pair. It's going to be a location, and the directrix is going to be an equation. Then of course we're going to find some intercepts as well. So let's graph away. We've got y equals x squared minus 2x plus 3. Our first step is to put this into vertex form. So completing the square is going to be very helpful here. We've got y equals x squared minus 2x. I'm going to leave room to complete the square, plus 3, and then whatever I add to complete the square, I'm going to subtract. Half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So I added 1 to this equation. I need to subtract 1 from the equation. So we have y equals x minus 1 quantity squared plus 2. From here, we have our a value, a equals 1. We have the h value, h equals 1. And we have the k value, k equals 2. So we have our vertex. We're going to be able to identify our axis of symmetry very easily. We're going to calculate the focus rather. We're going to calculate where the focus is. We're going to find that equation for the directrix and any intercepts that we have. We'll list those as well. So the vertex is going to be HK. So it's going to be 1, 2. So I'm going to come over to the graph. I'm going to go right 1 up 2. I'm going to draw a vertical line going through my axis of symmetry since this opens vertically. I should write that here. This opens vertically. And it opens up because A is positive. So I'm going to plot some points here, reflect them over. Now, you can create a table. You can go back to previous unit where I taught a little bit about the 1-3-5 rule. If you remember that, you can use that. However you're most comfortable plotting accurate points. Got to be accurate for the entire graph. So we can't just draw anything that looks like a parabola. It has to have accuracy. So there's our axis of symmetry is going to be x equals 1. So let's write that in green. X equals 1. X equals 1. I'm going to label it on my graph as well. And then we have the focus. Now the focus, remember, is going to be 1 over 4a of a distance away from the vertex. So the focal distance equals 1 over 4a, which is 1 over 4 times 1. So it's 1/4. That's a 1 right there. So 1/4 of a distance away. So 1/4 would be right about there. So it's above the y value of 2. So I'm going to go right 1. So we go right 1, and then we're going to go up 2 1/4. So 2 plus 1/4 is 9/4. We never used mixed numbers, so either decimals or improper fractions. Our directrix is going to be 1/4 of a unit below that vertex. So that's going to be a horizontal line, so it's y equals, and it's going to be y equals 1 3/4. 1 3/4 is, here's an example of a decimal, 1.75. 1 3/4 is the same thing as 7/4. So I could say y equals 7/4, or I could say y equals 1.75. It all depends on how your brain processes that. I'm okay with either the accurate decimal or the improper fraction. And then you can see we don't have any x-intercepts. We only have a y-intercept right here at 0, 3. We can easily use our original equation to calculate that intercept at 0, 3. And that's how you graph a parabola with now 2 more pieces of information, the focus and the directrix.